It began with a chilling search on a child's iPad, an innocent device suddenly transformed into the starting point of a nightmare. How long before a body starts to smell? The words appeared on the screen, stark and unsettling. Not the question you'd expect in a quiet, affluent town like Cohasset, Massachusetts, where neighbors wave and children play on manicured lawns. But this was just the first of many disturbing searches, each one more alarming than the last, each one hinting at a dark intent. Hacksaw best tool to dismember. The search history grew more graphic, more specific, as if someone was building a step-by-step guide. Can you be charged with murder without a body? The questions weren't just about the act, they were about getting away with it. Prosecutors would later call these searches a blueprint for murder, a chilling roadmap laid out in digital ink. At the center, Ana Walshe. A successful real estate executive, mother of 3, and by all accounts, a woman who had it all. A loving family, a thriving career, and a bright future. She split her time between Cohasset and Washington, D.C., balancing a demanding career and family, always on the move, but never out of touch with her loved ones. No one believed she'd simply walk away from her life or her children. Her absence was unthinkable, her disappearance a shock to everyone who knew her. The clues were hiding in plain sight, on a device meant for cartoons and homework, nestled among apps for games and learning. The questions typed into that iPad painted a gruesome picture, each search a window into a mind unraveling. The digital breadcrumbs led investigators down a dark path, suggesting a violent end that no one wanted to imagine. It wasn't just about hiding a body. It was about the mechanics, the tools, the timing, every detail meticulously researched. All while the world thought Ana was just missing, maybe delayed on a work trip, her friends and family clinging to hope. The public searched for a missing woman. Someone else searched for how to make her disappear, their intentions hidden behind a screen. The mystery began not with a frantic 911 call, but with a sinister query, one that would haunt investigators for months. What kind of person asks these things, and why? What drives someone to search for the unthinkable? Police in Cohasset were about to find out as they began to unravel the web of digital evidence. The answers would lead from a beautiful suburban home to a grimy dumpster, from comfort to horror. Each step, the story grew darker, more tragic, as the truth began to emerge from the shadows. The search for Ana was just beginning, but the digital evidence suggested a far more sinister reality. But the search for how to get away with her murder, it seemed, had already been completed, hidden in plain sight. The digital trail was the first clue, a silent witness to the crime. It was a clue that didn't require a search warrant for a house, but for a mind, a glimpse into the psychology of a killer. The contrast was jarring, a public search for Ana and a private search for how to erase her, two worlds colliding in tragedy. The police would soon follow the digital trail into a nightmare, piecing together a story no one wanted to believe. And so, the story began with a single, chilling question, typed in the dark, but destined to bring everything into the light. The kind that changes everything, forever altering the lives of everyone it touched. The story as first told was simple. It was the kind of story that could happen to anyone, anywhere. A sudden work call, a rushed goodbye, a family left behind in the quiet of a new year. New Year's Day, 2023. The city of Boston was waking up to a cold, fresh start. Ana Walshe, her husband Brian said, had a work emergency that couldn't wait. She kissed him goodbye at 6 a.m., called a rideshare, and left for Logan Airport. Or so the story went. For a few days, no one questioned it. Life went on in the Walshe home. The boys were cared for, the house was quiet, and the world outside kept moving. But Ana never showed up for work in D.C. Her desk sat empty, her chair untouched. Her colleagues grew concerned and reported her missing on January 4th. Not her husband. The absence was impossible to ignore. Brian told police he was busy with the kids, assumed she was just busy at work. He said he thought nothing of it at first. But the timeline didn't add up. A devoted mother, a high-powered executive, off the grid for days? It was out of character for Ana. The last time anyone besides Brian saw her was at a New Year's Eve dinner party. Friends remembered the night well. Friends described her as her usual self, engaging, full of life, laughing and making plans for the year ahead. No hint of trouble, but every detail of that night would later be scrutinized. Every smile, every word, every glance. Was there hidden tension? A silent storm brewing beneath the surface? Or was it just another ordinary night? The official story began to crumble as investigators checked the facts. The more they looked, the more questions they found. No airline had Ana Walshe on a flight out of Boston that day. Her name was missing from every passenger list. No rideshare was booked from her address. The digital trail simply stopped at her front door. The work emergency story was falling apart. There was no call, no urgent meeting, no last-minute trip. Ana hadn't gone to the airport. She hadn't left for D.C., so where was she? The questions grew louder. The question echoed through Cohasset. Neighbors whispered, the media arrived, and the small town felt the weight of uncertainty. And the only person with answers was her husband, Brian. His silence became more suspicious with each passing day. The search for Ana was now a race against time. Every hour mattered, every clue was precious. The cracks in Brian's story were growing. His explanations shifted, his demeanor changed. The police were about to dig deeper. They knew something was wrong, and they were determined to find out what. The truth was hiding in the details. Every scrap of evidence, every timeline inconsistency, every unanswered question mattered. And the details didn't lie. They began to tell a story of their own, one that was darker than anyone expected. The disappearance was no longer a mystery. It was a crime scene. The Walshe home was now the center of a growing investigation. The investigation was just beginning. The search for answers would soon uncover secrets no one could have imagined. And Brian Walshe was at the center, his every move now under the microscope of suspicion. On paper, Ana and Brian Walshe had it all: a beautiful home, 3 sons, and successful careers. Ana was a rising star in real estate, splitting time between Cohasset and D.C. Brian, son of a prominent neurosurgeon, was a stay-at-home dad. But beneath the surface, cracks were showing. Brian was under house arrest for art fraud, confined to the home by a GPS ankle monitor. The marriage was strained, financially, emotionally. Friends spoke of marital discord. Brian suspected Ana of having an affair. His internet searches included best state to file a divorce for a man. The perfect family was an illusion, hiding resentment and pressure. On New Year's Day, that illusion shattered. When questioned by police, Brian Walshe calmly claimed that Ana had left for the airport early that morning and insisted he stayed home with their children, trying to maintain a sense of normalcy. But the electronic ankle monitor strapped to his leg told a very different story, one that contradicted his every word. GPS data revealed he never went to Whole Foods or CVS as he claimed, exposing a carefully constructed lie. Instead, surveillance placed him at Home Depot, where he bought mops, buckets, tarps, tape, and a Tyvek suit, spending $450 in cash, raising even more suspicion. These weren't supplies for a project, but for a thorough and urgent cleanup. The following day, the monitor tracked him as he visited several apartment complexes across town, and surveillance cameras captured him near dumpsters, struggling with heavy trash bags late at night. This was not a man running innocent errands or simply taking out the trash. Investigators soon alleged he was disposing of Ana's remains, piecing together his movements with mounting dread. His story was a calculated lie, designed to buy precious time to clean up and cover his tracks before anyone noticed Ana was missing. The ankle monitor, meant to ensure accountability, became the silent witness to his every move, recording the truth he tried to hide. Technology mapped out the geography of a murder, tracing his path with chilling precision. Brian's web of lies sent police on a wild goose chase, but the digital trail was relentless. The evidence was closing in, each new detail tightening the net around him. The digital and physical trails were converging, leaving little room for doubt or escape. The truth was catching up, step by step, as investigators closed in. And Brian Walshe was running out of places to hide, his story unraveling with every new discovery. In the Walshe home, secrets weren't whispered, they were typed. Investigators found a trove of Google searches on a child's iPad: dismemberment, body disposal, cleaning bloodstains. The searches began hours after Ana was last seen and continued for days. They evolved from logistics to legal questions. Can you be charged with murder without a body? This digital footprint became a cornerstone of the case, a confession without a signature. The iPad, meant for a child, became a silent witness. The evidence was as damning as any fingerprint. The digital trail told the story Brian never would. Police followed Brian's GPS trail to a trash transfer station in Peabody. There they found 10 garbage bags. Inside, a grim collection: rugs, cleaning supplies, a hacksaw, Ana's purse, her vaccination card, clothing and slippers matching what Ana wore, a broken necklace, tape, and the Tyvek suit Brian bought. DNA testing confirmed Ana's blood on many items. Brian's blood was also present. The hacksaw matched his internet searches. The cleaning supplies matched his Home Depot purchases. The trash told a story of violence and cover-up. Brian thought he was discarding evidence. Instead, he created a new crime scene. The puzzle pieces were coming together. Investigators turned to the Walshe home. Forensic teams found a bloody knife in the basement. Ana's DNA confirmed. Luminol revealed cleaned bloodstains, suggesting a violent struggle. The home was no longer a sanctuary, but a crime scene. The evidence from the house, trash, and digital devices formed a powerful case. There was no body, but there was blood, DNA, and a chilling digital confession. The house had given up its secrets. Brian Walshe was arrested, first for misleading police, then for murder. He pleaded not guilty, setting the stage for a high-profile trial. The case moved slowly through the courts, with pretrial hearings and legal drama. A judge disclosed a potential conflict of interest. The defense sought more evidence. Jury selection is set for October 2025. Prosecutors must prove murder without a body, relying on circumstantial evidence: lies, searches, blood, and trash. The world will be watching. Justice for Ana hangs in the balance. Ana Walshe's case remains a haunting tragedy. Her body has never been found, denying her family closure. The prosecution believes they can secure a conviction without it. For her 3 sons, the loss is unimaginable, their father accused of taking their mother. The trial will attempt to deliver justice, but the story is far from over. The search for answers continues. For more stories at the intersection of life and law, follow our channel. The search for truth never ends.